All right, everybody, we're back for another Monday Miracle, and this one is actually about one of the few adults who is here in the office without kids, and they got referred to us because her husband actually was having some big struggles with digestion and energy and a few of those other things, and they had tried a lot of stuff. They had tried nutrition, they had tried supplements, they had tried colonics. They had done a lot of different stuff and nothing had worked. And so, another provider who we work with here in the area suggested they try us out, and they thought, maybe there's something nervous system related. And sure enough, we did scans on her husband, and he's going to be one of these Monday Miracles eventually, and we'll get into the details of him later, but there was a lot going on. And after she saw the scan, she was like, okay, well, I need to get the scans too now, right? Like, she needs help. And her goals were to decrease pain with daily tasks and exercises, more energy and mental acuity, and to decrease anxiety. And she has marked improved and seen huge improvements on all of those things. And, we're starting to create new goals in terms of getting help with getting better sleep, but she's seeing emotional regulation and stress management. She's seeing improvement in focus and brain function, energy levels, flexibility, mobility, able to exercise without her shoulder issues, without lower back pain. She's even noticing her metabolism is improving. Her anxiety and her stress levels have decreased. And she's just overall feeling healthier and happier and in a better mood and more optimistic about everything that they've got going on in life. And she even said she was having a conversation with a friend the other day and said, wow, I haven't had this much energy since I was in my 40s. And she is now 60. So awesome stuff. And of course, people always know that we work with kids. It's what we specialize in, but we can run the same scans on adults that we do in for kids. And so the way to think about it, right? All of us adults are just, our nervous systems are no different than kids. It's just, quite frankly, had more stress, more wear and tear. And so the conversation we have with parents all the time when they bring their kids in is, what we're looking for is, if there is stress stuck in your neurospinal system, that system is it's a communication highway from your brain to your body. It tells all your systems what to do. So when kids are having trouble with constipation, their digestive system and their brain are not talking to each other well enough. They often have what we call subluxation or stress stuck in that system, and we're able to release it. Well, guess what? As adults, we've been through more life, right? More mental, emotional stress, more chemical stress, more physical stress on our bodies over time. And so what we tend to see is that stress just sits in there. And it starts as more acute irritation, more acute stress. Sometimes we don't even feel it right away. And over time, it just sits in there and it really gets dug in there. And so eventually we tend to see exhaustion. And so we have one scan that we look at energy levels. And for a lot of the kiddos we're working with, the energy levels are really high. We're trying to calm them down, right? ADHD, anxiety, sensory processing, that type of thing. Really, I was gonna say the vast majority, all of the adults that we were working on, most of them are parents, but this one here, right, came in specifically for this nervous system focused care. We found areas where there's low energy, and there's what we call neurofatigue or exhaustion, because the body's been revving that gas pedal for long enough. There's been enough stress on it for long enough, because life is stressful, that it's starting to get fatigued. And so we can really help parents, we can really help adults who are looking for specific nervous system focused care, and all of a sudden you can start to feel more energy than what you've had over the last 20 years of your life. She's saying she's sharp as a tack now. She's just got more mental emotional space. She's able to hold space for others. She feels bandwidth to be able to help others. And even her husband is like, yeah, she's, get up and go. She's on a mission. She's got nonstop battery charge now. She's sleeping better, all these amazing things, right, that we all want. And what happens over time is that our body is really adaptable. It's able to handle stress, but it can't do everything. And so we're here to help it out. When that stress gets stuck in the system, it's sticky and it doesn't get out of there. It doesn't allow your body to function the way that we want it to. And so we are able to help with that. So pretty awesome results here. One of those rare ones, like I said, not necessarily a pediatric kiddo that we're working with, the ADHD or the anxiety or sensory processing or the autism or the emotional regulation or the tantrums or the meltdowns or the trouble with transitions or whatever it may be. But we can get those same results that we get for kiddos in the same way. Same type of adjustments, trying to unwind, release, not a whole lot of cracking, popping, anything like that. In fact, for her, we do none of that. This lady got all these results without of it. More energy, all awesome stuff. So another Monday Miracle. If that's you, if you're a mom or a dad probably that could use a little bit of this, send us a message. We'd love to help.